Welcome to another vlog. Today we are talking about the newest development of the trade war, US versus China. If you're new to this channel, we are talking stocks from the Middle East here in Dubai, from the Versace Palace Dubai Hotel, one of the most beautiful spaces here in Dubai. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe, and if you're coming back or new, then make sure to thumb up this video by smashing the button, and let's dive into it. Okay, so we just saw that the trade war coming to an end, but this is definitely not the case. According to Donald Trump, he just this latest Thursday tweeted a couple of tweets to the trade war that he will impose $300 billion of Chinese goods that will come into US and put tariffs on them. These are the remaining $300 billion of worth of goods from China that was not tariffed yet. So you see that it's the end game. Okay, it's the end game. Trump or US versus China. And there's a reason why Trump said that he wants to impose this latest tariffs, and he will say they will get effective by 1st of September. So there's no new trade talks coming up to the 1st of September. So we see how interesting and serious this situation is, and the market of course reacted immediately. The stocks tanked of this news because uncertainty, especially by the US president like Donald Trump, is very bad for the stock market. Stock investors, shareholders like to have certainty. They like to have good relation between countries. So all this trade war and any other wars in financial wars, currency wars, whatever, is impacting, of course, immediately the market. The market reacts immediately on this kind of news, so it has done as well. So it tanked a little bit. But why Donald Trump is doing this? So Donald Trump actually also explained why he did it. So he said one of the latest, let's say, deal that they made is that they will renegotiate the trade talks when China agreed to buy massive amounts of agriculture products from US. And according to Donald Trump, this was not happening so far, or not as to his full satisfaction. So he said, okay, I will put this tariffs on, I will put more pressure on China. At the same time, he is actually drafting or making a deal with Europe. So Europe are the new more buyers of agriculture apparently from US, because the US agriculture is the one that got effective, one of the most industries through this trade war, because it's one of the biggest export goods of US. So when China is not buying anymore, it's too expensive. US definitely see that in their numbers. So they actually decided to make this deal with China, which didn't work out apparently. So US President Donald Trump just drafted a new deal with Europe, and he announced it last Friday. So I see a nice play here from him. He said okay, I cannot reach something with China, so I go to our next potential buyers and customers, Europe, and make a deal there and make a PR out of that. So this is very good for his presidential election. And this is actually what I think it's also part. The election of Donald Trump is next year, or the presidential election is next year, 2020. And of course he's trying to put as lot as topics onto this election, why he should be elected again. And he is actually playing it really smart. He said yes, the voters can vote for the Democrats, but this will help China to make a deal. I'm not a deal maker if the conditions are bad. So he wants to stress this out, that he's a good deal maker for the US citizens and residents, and that's why he's promoting that as well, of course, very, very openly. And he said, we had under the Democrats really bad conditions over the last years with China from the trading side. So he is trying to tidy this up and and use this in his new endeavor of for his election campaign. And lastly, how is China reacting? Reacting immediately, of course. Beijing said that they are very sad about this development, and of course will act accordingly and also put tariffs on further US products and make an answer on that. So we end up in the older a couple of weeks or months situation where US do something, China do the same, and so on and so forth. So I think it's not good for our economy or overall on the picture. Don't show us a strength and good economy between these countries relationship. So I think this is not good for the stock market, but I guess this again a dip and then it goes further. So I think there's a small correction coming because we had just a super amazing run. However, I don't know how this trade deal will play out. I think it will take a couple of months until the countries really fit to a trade deal, and maybe it's just because before the election, so sometime next year. Trump has still some time over the months, and but I believe if this happens, then we have one of the biggest rallies that the market can see in the next couple of months, because the earnings was not bad or better than expected, and through something like this we could see another push forward. So let me know what you think, and don't forget, the grass is greener on the other side.